I do think this happens all the time in boxing. This happened when Bivol fought Canelo. Everyone was saying, nah, Beterbiev can't beat Bivol.
Yeah.
And now that Beterbiev put Canelo in the body bag, they're saying, nah, Bivol ain't beating Beterbiev. So there is such a thing in boxing as a recency bias, right? So I feel like, at least right now, at this moment in time, I'm talking January 15, 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I feel like Bivol is becoming a little bit of the underdog because people are starting to come to the realization that Beterbiev is more than just a knockout puncher. He's a complete fighter. Now, interestingly enough, right? I was on Twitter. I was looking at some of the reactions to the fight, and my main man, shout out to him, Sean Tattel from Fight Hype, one of my best friends in boxing. Sean, if you're out there, man, because sometimes I know you watch these lives, you might watch the playback. Sean, if you're out there, give me a phone call, man. I wanted to hear from you. But Sean Tattel himself, he said, I might have to change my pick after a few years from Bivol to Beterbiev. If and when they fight, he wins that fight. He's a certified all-time great at 175. So, look, it don't happen often. I know Sean. Me and Sean, he don't change picks too often. So he's seen something. He's seen something to Beterbiev in that Callum Smith fight, and he probably saw in that fight what I saw when I sat here for 4 hours and I watched like 6 or 7 Beterbiev fights and really just started taking notes. And I said, man. Bivol, I don't know. Bivol has enough tools to do it. Over 12 rounds for 3-4 rounds, he can box 2-3 rounds, but just Beterbiev can box, he can punch, he can cut the ring off. He's a versatile puncher. I mean, it really does feel like Bivol is becoming the underdog, right? And it's not just Sean Tattel. There's other people in boxing whose opinions I actually value in this sport. And that feel like Bivol that they're picking Beterbiev. And another one of those guys before I let you go boxing was Stephen Breadman Edwards. He said, and I quote, "That's how you box going forward. Beterbiev should be in the pound for pound top 10. He and Bivol will be fighting for not only Hall of Fame, but all-time great status at 175. Give me Artur the Damager to take that by KO in about 8 rounds or so." So
this is not about discrediting
Bivol. Bivol's great.
Because
Bivol's the truth.
I mean, he's one of the best boxers out there, skill-wise also, but I think for so many people not giving enough credit to Beterbiev the way they should. They're starting to see Beterbiev, how big Beterbiev is and how he adapts to whatever opponent put in front of him. He'll play with you like he can punch your bag. He'll tell you to have with you, but when he wants to take over and do his damage, he will do it. And that's not saying that he's not accessible to a knockout or get hit because he's been knocked out before. But it's very difficult when this guy just throwing bricks at you.
I saw someone say recently, I forgot where I saw it or where I heard this, but someone said Artur Beterbiev, he boxes the punchers and he punches the boxers.
Good point.
And that's why I feel like just in simplest terms, he punches. Let's unpack that. He punches the boxers. All right. So the guys that move, the guys that have a lot of foot speed and movement and feint, he knows how to be aggressive in a way to break those guys down. The guys that have the power to maybe hurt him or keep him honest, he boxes them in a fashion where he hurts them slowly, methodically, and then he stops them, right? So just the fact that he can do those kind of things, and he's shown that over his career against many different styles, that shows you his IQ. That shows you the level he's thinking at, and that shows you the fact that Artur Beterbiev is one of the highest IQ fighters out there because to get him, I don't care if you fight 20 cans, to have a 100% knockout ratio is ridiculously impressive at that level, right? So I made no secrets about it pretty much since the Lyndon Arthur fight. I got Beterbiev beating Bivol, but I think, listen, man, I think this actually makes this gives Bivol a unique opportunity, right? Because I'm seeing it everywhere. Everyone is now like just
waking up.
Beterbiev this and Beterbiev. Yeah, I'm telling y'all this is actually making it better for Bivol, right? Because if Bivol goes in there and he absolutely puts on a boxing masterclass, and he continues to fulfill the Pernell Whitaker prophecy of him being pound number one all those years ago.
Oh, wow.
This is like makes his legacy better. It's kind of in a sense like when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, right? George Foreman, much like a Beterbiev, was knocking everybody out. Yeah. They said Foreman was this, Foreman was that. And when Ali met Foreman, Ali had the remedy for his ass and stopped him. And it's wins like that made Ali's legacy and his aura and how he's talked about to this present day, what it is in the sport. So it's actually a good thing for Bivol.
Mm-hmm. Would you say, we know Beterbiev never fought Canelo, but Bivol did. Would you say that if Bivol was to fight Canelo, he would damage him worse than Bivol? Or make him look worse?
Wait, say that again?
Bivol fought Canelo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he beat him. We know how he beat him down. He exposed Canelo, couldn't breathe. Do you think that Beterbiev will damage him, make it destroy him more worse than Bivol did, or expose Canelo more than he did in that fight?
What about Canelo? What we gotta do with this?
Okay, you're not listening. Listen.
Okay.
You're not listening.
No, I heard you. No,
Bivol fought Canelo.
Yes.
Okay. Bivol exposed Canelo.
Okay.
Like he really damaged his whole appearance and everything as far as how he boxed, outboxed and everything. Do you feel that Beterbiev will do the same thing to him?
To Canelo.
If not worse. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Canelo. But I'm saying, why are we talking about Canelo?
I'm trying to compare Bivol to Canelo, right? I'm saying hypothetically. We go again, hypothetically.
Okay, you're saying
if Beterbiev fought Canelo, would he fuck the shit out of Canelo worse or 10 times worse than fucking Bivol?
Yeah, okay. I think so. Okay. I was trying to figure out why you brought Canelo up out of nowhere though.
Because I'm trying to say,
not about Canelo.
No, I'm not talking about Canelo. My point is about Bivol and Beterbiev.
Okay.
On to the next.
It's funny you brought that up though, because somebody actually did tweet the tweet was like, if Beterbiev, if Canelo fought Benavidez, Bivol, and Beterbiev his next 3 fights, what would his record be? And I said, most people said 0-3.
Who?
Canelo versus those 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'll say 1-2.
Against who? Bivol and
he might be Benavidez, but
oh, we have to see that. Oh yeah, okay. Next,
we see.
Let's not come off the wall shit. The best.
I'm trying to say
so he always thinks. So I get.
And then you get mad at me for asking. I'm trying to. They're saying Bivol will still be the favorite. Okay, well maybe we're by the time the fight happens. But right now there's a big recency bias going on, and I feel like now people are starting to downplay Bivol. Bivol lost to Gvozdyk in the amateurs too. Yes, I believe so too. So like I said, like Bivol, and listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something because I was a big, and I've said this before. I'll say it again for those who haven't heard me say it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of the nail, Alexander Gvozdyk. Like back at that time when he was coming up, like I remember when he fought, like even before he fought Adonis Stevenson, like when he was fighting, I forgot. I think he fought. I'm gonna say he fought Najee Muhammadi on the same card as when Usyk fought Michael Hunter, and I think it was in Maryland. They had a bunch of Ukrainians in that card, and I remember back then I was like, "Yo, this guy." He was the truth because he was like long, he was rangy. He had the same frame as Bivol, except he was an elite puncher. Like you couldn't get hit by Gvozdyk too many times or you were gonna get put out. So he had that same boxing skill. He would pendulum step and bounce and was defensively sound as well. Just like Bivol, the only difference is he had that deadly right hand. So I like that about him. So I thought, right, because I was watching Beterbiev fight all these, going into that fight, I was like, yeah, he's cool.
Tall.
He comes forward. The nails and keep him at the end of that jab, and then at some point in time, Beterbiev will get lined up with a straight right hand. He'll get hurt because he had been hurt and shown some vulnerabilities in some fights, and that's not what happened. Beterbiev literally he hit this guy with every punch in his skill set that fight, and he actually was outboxing the boxer, and so you had a perception of Beterbiev going into that fight, but when he fought a guy that was good enough to bring out the best in him. Everything changed.
Yeah, shined him.
So we'll see how it goes. Bivol straight punches will get Beterbiev a problem. He gets hit with straight punches when he drops his guard at the combinations. Yeah, I think there's gonna be this fight like all high level fights will be about adjustments. Like Beterbiev is gonna have to, when he does get hit with those first, like when Bivol hits him with that 1-2 and then steps back and he starts doing that stuff. That's where Beterbiev is gonna have to make that adjustment. And then when he makes that adjustment, then Bivol doesn't have to adjust to the adjustment. So it's just about, this fight's going to be about 2 things. Number 1, who can make the most adjustments? And number 2, can Bivol withstand what Beterbiev is going to hit him with? That's the fight within the fight.
It's going to be a chess game.
And Bivol mastered the old school Soviet style. People don't realize how tough it is to master Bivol style, especially fighting at his pace during 12 rounds. It's a nightmare. Yeah, it is. It really is. So I'm really intrigued to see how both guys deal with each other because they have their styles and they do it at the highest level humanly possible. Hyro says Beterbiev is better than those midgets. You can't deny that. Beterbiev is better than midgets. Beterbiev is better than the heavyweights too. He's better than the heavyweights, better than the cruiserweights, he's better than the welterweights. He's up there. He's up there. To me, even before I didn't need to see the Callum Smith fight to know he was a skilled boxer or a top upper echelon 5-pound fighter and all that. He's been up there.
Yeah, I just think now's the time where he's getting his credit somewhat now than ever before.
Yeah. Big Supreme says, I think Bivol is going to win the first 4 rounds, and then the avalanche is going to inevitably come, and the punishment is going to add up. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Like you said.
Now, Rocky Austin says, and he's over here mentioning other channels, but I like this channel, so I'll mention him. Yeah. He said, Ness of the Boxing Voice stated yesterday that if Dave Benavidez went to 175, he could stop Artur via body shot. Ness and Callum exposed the weak. Ness said Callum Smith exposed the weak breadbasket of Beterbiev. Listen, I had the honor and I had the privilege to go on to the Boxing Voice. What was it, 2022?
Yeah.
And I remember that was the infamous episode where I walked in with my yellow Canelo exposed by Bivol shirt. Yeah. I was gassed off that win still at that time. And I remember there was a segment of that show where, you know, he was literally just riding Benavidez, talking about, you know, he was calling Naoya in a way the fake monster and he called Benavidez the real monster. And then I had brought up the fact that, you know, since he's such a real monster, I brought up the fact that Benavidez had an opportunity to fight Beterbiev at light heavyweight when he missed weight, and the WBC moved up to 175, and he said, "Oh no, that was Suleiman trying to take a business opportunity and this, that, and the third." And so, listen, I'm sure. Listen. I know Ness likes Benavidez. I hope he does. I hope deep down he really don't believe that, because if he believes that, well, here's the thing. He believes that more than Benavidez does, because if Benavidez believed that, he would have been fought Artur Beterbiev.
For real.
Yeah. Let me see. This is a little off subject, but I saw Usyk for your undercard, open time, Brees. I'm doing a whole live on that tomorrow. But as far as the last part of your assessment, talking about Fury and Usyk, and then you're saying Opetaya and Breedis. How would Opetaya and Breedis do against Beterbiev? I'll be honest with you. I think Beterbiev will beat both those guys, to be honest with you. I think because Breedis is not going to be able to outbox Beterbiev, and he's not going to be able to outslug him. And Opetaya, as much as I like him, as skillful as he is, defense still a little too leaky for a guy like Beterbiev. Just to tell you the truth. So I feel like those would be great fights. Obviously, with Beterbiev, if he wins this fight, or Bivol if he wins this fight, the Saudis and Turkey, they're talking about making Bivol winner versus Opetaya.
Do you think Beterbiev is going to go to the limelight after that?
We're gonna retire?
Yeah.
Personally, I think I really do think that Beterbiev really should. If he beat Bivol, just right off. 21. You know how good that looks?
I know.
21-0, 21 KO, undisputed champion. They can't. I mean, if he retires, if he beats Bivol, he retires. They can't say nothing to him after that.
Yeah, because that's what he said. I've got all the belts. I'm the best to heal. That's my goal is.
Like, there's nothing more to prove. Like,
you don't see him moving up or nothing no more.
I mean, he could if he wanted to. Yeah. And I think he'd be just fine. Beterbiev was too small for those cruiserweight. Kovalev went up to cruiserweight and he went 12 rounds against Tervel Pulev, who isn't good and is tailor-made for Kovalev. Well, you're not wrong, but I just think that I think Kovalev, one thing that Kovalev has working against him that Beterbiev would have working in his favor, even when Kovalev was in his prime, I'll still say this, is that Beterbiev has a better gas tank than Kovalev. So Beterbiev is able to throw harder shots for a longer period of time. And I think he's even better, as great of a jab as Kovalev has. And I love Kovalev. That's one of my favorite boxers. I think Beterbiev's got a better jab than Kovalev too. So, yeah. Callum Smith did get his attention in the 6th round, and that's why Beterbiev stopped playing with his food and stopped him. He did, yeah, because some of those left hooks, they were getting to that guard, Khaled said on Pro Boxing Odds, it's showing that both Beterbiev are at -110, exactly even.
Like I said, yeah.
So there you have those are the exact odds. No fact, no.
So that's a crazy fight that you go on.
Man said, "Good job, Dad. Your boy is okay."
Yeah,
Shout out to you. Who would win between Prime Andre Ward and Beterbiev? Good fight. You're asking kind of the wrong guy, because I wasn't a big Ward guy when he was fighting, but I think all the mauling that Ward does, I don't think it would work. I think he would actually have to try to actually outskill a guy like Beterbiev. All the mauling that he used to like to do to guys like Kessler and even like Kovalev to a degree, he would actually have to try to outskill Kovalev. So that would be a really fun chess match. I think that's the kind of fight that actually might bring out the best in Andre Ward and the best in Beterbiev. But I would say I'll go Beterbiev. I would go Beterbiev. And I think deep down Ward would go Beterbiev too. That's why I retired. You know what I'm saying?
He retired before get up there. Hell no, I know you didn't go there with that. I know you. That was like a sneaky shot. Yeah,
I had to. Yeah. He petitioned. Yeah, exactly. Benavidez petitioned to remove him from the rankings and reinstate him in the 168. Exactly. And Hurricane Hank is stating it very bluntly and very tactfully and very concisely. Kovalev was a drunk. Beterbiev is not, and that's the difference. Beterbiev, you know that you're getting every last bit of them in training. You're getting the best version of them in the ring.
Yeah.
Kovalev, you getting like 50% of them. But the crazy thing is, 50% of them was good enough for him to be a multiple-time light heavyweight champion and one of the top pound fighter in the world. So well, look, there we go. So we got our first super chat on the live. Shout out to Hyro. You know, you guys know that True School Sports, we got sponsors and we got unofficial sponsors. So Big Baby Miller, I know you're going through tough times, Jarrell, but let us know who are the unofficial sponsors of True School Sports.
Vienna sausage, cinnamon buns, Wonder Bread, Kool-Aid with no motherfucking sugar.
Shout out to Big Baby Miller for the sponsors. And then as far as Hyro, he says, you ninjas aren't going live for Kenshiro Exposed. We are going live. We'll be live Tuesday on the 23rd, bright and early for Kenshiro. You can listen, Hyro. my thing with it, my thing about it is this, Hyro. If you got all this time to talk shit about me not going live for it, when I go live for it, you better show up.
We'll be looking for you.
I'll be looking for you.
Yeah.
So if you don't show up, I'm gonna expose you. You know what I'm saying?
Here you guys go. So I'm gonna come back and say something.
We appreciate you, Hyro.
Thank you, Hyro.
We appreciate you, Hyro. But look, I pretty much said everything I need to say about Bivol versus Beterbiev. If y'all got anything y'all want to add about Beterbiev and Bivol, leave it down below and I'll get to it in a timely manner. But look, it wasn't just about Beterbiev on Saturday night. You know, it does take two to tango, and sometimes you need certain fighters to bring out certain attributes in great fighters, right? And for all of the negative things and the downplaying I could do with Cameron Smith, the reality is he possessed enough punching power to bring out more of Artur Beterbiev, the boxer. So in that regard, I'm very